The Christmas holidays are a time for family, friends, and relaxation. Still, many people experience a lingering sense of fatigue once Christmas is over. If you want to understand why this happens, keep watching. We'll look at some of the main reasons energy drops during the Christmas period and share a few practical ways to support recovery without turning to extreme routines or sudden resets. Number 1. Circadian rhythm disruption. Research on circadian rhythms shows that the body regulates energy based on timing, not just sleep duration. Studies often describe this as social jet lag, a mismatch between biological time and social schedules. During Christmas, bedtimes and wake times shift later, sometimes by several hours. Even a short disruption can reduce alertness and impair energy regulation for days afterward. Researchers consistently note that the body adapts slowly to these shifts. Energy doesn't return the moment routines resume. It returns as internal timing realigns. This is why post-Christmas fatigue can persist even when sleep quantity looks normal. Number 2, alcohol-related sleep fragmentation. Sleep research is clear on one point. Alcohol changes sleep structure. While it may help people fall asleep faster, studies show it reduces deep and REM sleep, the stages most associated with recovery and cognitive clarity. One commonly cited finding is that alcohol fragments sleep in the second half of the night, even when total sleep time increases. During the holidays, this pattern can repeat over several days. The result isn't immediate exhaustion, but accumulated fatigue that becomes noticeable once stimulation drops. In other words, the tiredness shows up later, not during the holiday itself. Number 3, sustained cognitive and social load. Psychological research shows that social interaction, planning, and emotional regulation all require mental energy. Even positive social experiences increase cognitive load. Studies describe this as effortful engagement, especially when routines change and expectations rise. During Christmas, people make more decisions, manage more conversations, and regulate more emotions than usual. When this load continues without sufficient quiet recovery, the nervous system stays activated. Fatigue appears once the activity stops, not while it's happening. This delayed response is a well-documented stress pattern. Number 4, irregular eating patterns and energy regulation. Research on metabolism and energy regulation shows that timing matters as much as content. Late meals, frequent snacking, and high sugar intake can increase energy variability throughout the day. Several studies note that irregular eating patterns are associated with subjective fatigue and reduced alertness, even in otherwise healthy individuals. Digestion itself requires energy. When meals become unpredictable, the body works harder to maintain balance. That extra effort often shows up as low, persistent tiredness rather than sharp crashes. Number 5, recovery expectations and adaptation cost. Physiological adaptation always requires energy. Research on stress recovery highlights that adjustment periods often include fatigue, even when stressors are removed. One recurring conclusion is that recovery lags behind behavioral change. The body doesn't reset instantly when conditions improve. When people expect energy to rebound immediately, frustration increases. That frustration adds mental load, which further delays recovery. In this context, fatigue isn't a sign of doing something wrong. It's a sign the system is still recalibrating. So, how do we move from exhaustion back to balance? Research suggests that the most effective recovery isn't about fixing the past 2 weeks. It's actually about stabilizing the next few days. Number 1, prioritize anchor timing. Instead of trying to sleep for 12 hours to catch up, focus on a consistent wake-up time. Research on circadian hygiene shows that a fixed morning anchor helps the biological clock realign much faster than irregular sleep-ins. If you can, try to get 10 minutes of natural light shortly after waking up. This helps your internal clock reset even faster. Number 2, reduce sensory and cognitive input. Since your nervous system has been under a heavy social load, give it a period of low stimulation. This isn't just about physical rest. It's about cognitive decompression. Try 20 minutes of screen-free quiet, or maybe a walk without a podcast. Lowering that sensory input allows the brain to finally finish processing the effortful engagement of the holidays. Number 3, return to metabolic predictability. Avoid the temptation of extreme detox diets, which can actually add more stress to a fatigued system. Instead, just focus on returning to a predictable eating schedule. Stabilizing the timing of your meals helps regulate blood sugar and reduces the energy variability that leads to that persistent, heavy tiredness. If you still feel tired, remember what we discussed in Section 5. Recovery lags behind behavioral change. It's totally normal for your energy to take a few days to catch up to your new routine. Give your system the grace to recalibrate at its own pace. Thanks for watching. If you found this look at the science of holiday fatigue helpful, consider subscribing for more insights on energy and well-being. We'll see you in the next video.